Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out Tchia. Now, Tchia is a difficult game to describe because this is definitely not going to be a game that is necessarily about the gameplay itself. This is a game about the journey that this game is going to take you on, because a lot of this game is about the discovery of a culture that is not just one that is just, normally shared within video games. I'm going to let them really show that off a lot more than me trying to describe it, because it's something that is definitely easier for them to display to you than me trying to describe it myself. But that said, it is still a game. Hopefully there are things that will appeal to you on a gameplay level. It is an open world sandboxy style game, but not in the way that you're thinking if you're thinking of like Bethesda or Ubisoft style. But that's why I'm just going to shut up. We got a lot of trailers to check out. This game has been being marketed pretty heavily for the last year and a half or so. So we're going to go all the way back to the beginning when it was first shown off on my birthday. It was shown off on September 9th, 2021. That's right. I was born a year and a half ago. So let's get started. Hello, Roman Edge. Human ingenuity is awesome, by the way. The shit that we've built out of just logs and cloth. I want to be a turtle. I like turtles. Is the whole language spoken in their native language? The whole video game spoken in their native language? Because that'd be really awesome. Wish gliding actually worked that way. It requires magic, unfortunately. Yeah, humanity lost its magic privileges long ago. I want to pet a crab? Oh my god. Coming 2022. You did not make that, but that's okay. In today's era of video games, you are forgiven. Okay, so that was the initial reveal trailer. We're going to move to the gameplay trailer that was shown off in December of 2021. It wasn't Spirit of the North, but it was a game akin to that. Schwahn was pet 99% of the animals. That I do. I recognize I shouldn't, but I do. I don't know how I feel about this yet. Well, don't worry. We got lots of trailers still to check out. Man, after Breath of the Wild, the number of games that have adapted the idea of a stamina bar for climbing. We'll let you climb anywhere, even on surfaces that don't make sense to climb on, but we'll restrict it by just how much stamina you have. Oh, that was cool. Oh, that was really cool. I hate stamina bars for climbing. Yeah, I'll admit, we haven't even had them for very long, and I'm already over them. Oh, you can go into inanimate objects as well. I think they just murdered those people. Cool. There. Totally cool. I'm gonna let a child throw lanterns and turn them into explosives. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So this is now from June of 2022. The trailer is called the Soul Jumping Mini Feature. We've kind of seen a decent amount of that.
Hey everyone, I'm
Hi.
Game Director at Awased. In Tchia, you can take control of any object or animal you can find in the open world. It's called soul jumping, and it's up to you to use it at your advantage for traversal and exploration, but also during enemy encounters, where creativity and improvisation are your most efficient weapons. But I'll stop talking. Here's some new gameplay footage from Tchia, coming early 2023.
It's like a time bar for how long you can be in a thing, or at least in that bird. Stamina bar for that as well. The stamina, the like soul bar is still going down, even though they left the bird and went into the turtle. I wonder how it refills. Oh, it's full again. I don't know. Certainly gives you a lot of movement options. Man, just destroyed those people's homes and their lives and then flew away. I'm just a coconut on the beach. A seagull would 100% do that, to be honest. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. All right. Moving next to the Ocean Exploration mini feature. This one's a much shorter trailer as a heads up. I can just imagine how many times I try to be a bird and end up a darn barrel. Like, oh, I'm a barrel again. This isn't what I signed up for. I wanted wings. Everything in your backpack is now soaked. Imagine a pearl so big that the freaking oyster can't close its mouth. That poor oyster would just be like, please, please take this. I haven't been able to eat in days. The Ocean Journey Part 1. This is from December of 2022.
Hey everyone, we are Awased, a small video game studio based in Montreal and founded by two childhood friends from New Caledonia. And where the hell is that? It's a tiny island in the middle of the Pacific. We are making a game inspired by our homeland, and it's called Tchia.
Backpack items not becoming wet is where I draw the line on this magical game. It's unacceptable!
Landscapes.
It'd be exposed to danger too. The oyster, yeah.
Languages. Folklore and traditions have all been used as inspiration to create the fantastical world of Tchia.
It's awesome.
We recreated iconic landmarks, biomes, and populated the game's world with the emblematic local fauna. We worked with local talent who voiced the game's characters in local languages and interpreted the game's unique soundtrack infused with local sonorities.
That's so
To
cool.
make this game, we built a team of various origins, and some of them had never seen New Caledonia before. So we flew everyone there. They got to meet the locals who worked on the game, voice actors, musicians, translators, and we showed them the landmarks and places we are recreating in the game.
Please join us on this trip in this video series and discover how New Caledonian culture is at the core of everything in Tchia. Oleti!
Part 2.
Hey
So that's where the
everyone,
budget
we
for the
are
game went?
ourselves.
Oh, that is such a small expense when it comes to how much games cost to develop, it seems.
In this second episode, we will highlight how New Caledonia's nature and wildlife have inspired
Yeah, Athena,
the
I'm with
world
you.
of Tchia.
I'm with you.
When mentioning a tropical island, most people usually think white sand and beaches and coconut trees. We do have those in the game, of course, but New Caledonia
This is how you learn
actually
and use
features
culture in
an
a game.
incredibly
Agreed.
rich array of different, sometimes
Welcome
surprising
in.
biomes.
Good to see you, friend.
We took our whole team on a trip to the island so they could get immersed in those very special natural environments. We visited the south of the island with its beautiful red dirt plains. It feels like you're on Mars. It is a very moody and impressive location that is featured on the southern island in the world of Tchia, called Majanoth. Then we flew to Lifu, one of the Loyalty Islands, home of the Jeo language, which is featured in the game. There, our friend Thoan showed us all around, sharing legends and folklore along the way. It is an incredibly lush and untamed island, and the people are so nice. Our next stop was up north, towards Burai. Then Yehen. The north of New Caledonia is much greener and wilder, and in Tchia it served as an inspiration for the island of Idanoth.
Chicken!
We also took the team around Numea, the capital city.
I love how creative
and
humans
we
are at
needed to
naming
relax
things.
a bit too.
What should we name this island? It's shaped like a chicken, so let's just name it Shaped Like Chicken. Okay. All right, this is part 3. What a better way to inspire your team than to have them fall in love? No kidding,
Hey
right?
everyone, we are Awaseb.
Also, make it really easy to have inspiration for a
In
location.
this third and final episode, we will highlight the people and cultures of New Caledonia and how they impacted the world of Tchia.
What does the place look like? Well, let's just go.
New Caledonia is home to many different cultures and ways of life, and it was extremely important for us to honor that richness in the game. When we took our whole team on a
Let me
trip
show
to the
you.
island, we wanted them to get immersed in the customs, experience the traditions firsthand, and meet the amazing local people who have worked on Tchia. Thoan Tomaja was a Jeo translator on the project, and he helped us portray the Kanak culture in a respectful and accurate light. During our trip on the island of Lifu, he hosted the whole team in his traditional hut that he built himself when he was a teenager. He told us legends and stories about the island's wildlife and shared secrets about the local plants. Thoan also plays the character of Che in the game. He delivers dialogue in Jehu, the language of Lifu, and even sings a couple songs. One big highlight of our trip was an event in Wei, the capital city of Lifu. We performed a coutume, a traditional gesture of mutual respect and appreciation, and we held a gathering for people to come learn about the game. We made art about Tchia with local children. It was a super heartwarming moment. In Numea, the main city of the archipelago, we gathered local voice actors, musicians, translators, and technicians who worked on Tchia. They got to meet the dev team, and we even had live music from the game's soundtrack. With Tchia, we wanted to share at least a little bit of New Caledonia with the world, and to do so we first had to share it with our team. Thank you for following along. We can't wait for you to jump into our world.
I'm fine. Let's go look at the game again, y'all. Let's just go look at the game. This is from February. This is from a month ago. That was a really foreboding intro for you to be like, yeah, island time, relaxing, woo! Crap. Don't worry, we still got more. This kind of stuff makes you wish you learned more languages as a kid. Yeah, I wish more languages were available to me as a kid, but I grew up in the frickin' South in America. There was no language options there. Makes you tense, relax you, and then it'll become tense again. This may or may not help you relax. Yeah, maybe.
Let me show you some of the really cool locomotion abilities and traversal options that we built to make exploring the world of Tchia fun and rewarding. This is a game about exploration, so it was super important.
So what have we learned about the game in any shape or form except for exploration? Well, they've said the whole game so far has been about exploration. There's been some minor combat elements, but
routes and areas. You can climb any surface organically, even at weird angles, and carve your own path through the islands. You can use the terrain's verticality to your advantage by sliding down slopes and use your glider to cover long distances.
You don't have the energy for that.
Well, sometimes.
Oh God, that kid's dead.
Performing intense activities will drain your stamina, but you can upgrade it by finding magical fruits around the archipelago. All foliage in the game is physics-based. Swaying on trees and catapulting yourself through the air is an efficient way to cover long distances. In Tchia, you'll spend a lot of time in the air, so why not add a bit of style to it? You can do spins and flips, and even dives, if you're precise enough. We wanted to emulate the excitement of getting lost into a rich, unknown world. I wouldn't
want to get lost
we think this encourages
anywhere, really,
and makes finding a way around the archipelago much more rewarding.
But especially not on a tropical island.
And using orientation signs will narrow down your position, forcing you to explore and interact with the world around you. To cover greater distances across your archipelago, you can use your trusty boat. It is easy to sail, but still requires you to be active, as you need to manage both your sail and steering paddle. And while exploring, you will also find docks that unlock fast travel destinations to let you get around the world faster.
There's got to be some sort of... Oh, there's more. There's got to be some sort of goal in mind.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Crifo, game director on Tchia.
Such a chill vibe.
Let's dive into one of the game's
mechanics,
Tchia's soul jumping ability that allows you to take control of any object or animal in the game world.
You saw a quest log at the
end?
Okay.
Tchia discovers that she has unique soul jumping powers. Her left eye starts glowing and she is able to warp into nearby objects and animals. Some objects have different characteristics. For example, explosives can be super useful during combat, especially when used alongside soul throwing, a mechanic that lets you aim and shoot an object towards the target while regaining control of Tchia on the spot. It's up to you to be creative and discover fun ways to use objects. Soul jumping into animals is also super powerful. Most of them have unique abilities that can help you with traversal, exploration, or are just great fun.
Oh, that was cool. Dig as a dog. Oh. Why? Why?
Soul jumping abilities will deplete Tchia's soul meter, and more intense activities will drain it faster. You can upgrade it permanently by consuming super rare fruits that will add a slot to your soul meter, and doing so, as well as progressing through the story, will unlock the full potential of Tchia's soul jumping powers.
Yeah, I saw that, Judge Yume. The yeet the coconut and then jump back into it. Creative, it works. All right, so we're still in the gameplay series. This is from 12 days ago, at the time of recording anyway. So this was on March 7th.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Crifo, game director on Tchia. I'd like to give you a closer look at our fully playable ukulele mechanic and how it integrates into the game's open world as well as its story. In Tchia, we wanted every mechanic to feel tactile, analogic, and toy-like in order to emulate the childhood joys of
No, don't throw it!
your own fun. Our ukulele is no exception. After unlocking this item early in the game, you are free to take it out at any time. One of the most regular uses for it are soul melodies. Those unlockable magical tunes can affect the world around you and give
It's
you
your
an extra
ocarina
inspiration
of sorts.
or combat. Your ukulele will also be put to use several times throughout the game's story. Tchia will meet many characters on our journey, and bonding moments will often happen through music. A light rhythm gameplay mechanic will keep you engaged while your new friends sing tunes in traditional language. Don't worry though, these moments are purely optional and only here to set the mood for the story. There are no fail states and there is no penalty for playing poorly. You can even enable an automatic mode to let Tchia play by herself. Finally, your ukulele is also a fully functional virtual instrument. The chord wheel covers an entire musical scale. You can plug the strings, strum up and down, change the chord qualities and accidentals, and even bend your notes for an
No
extra
shame I would use autoplay. I mean, they just straight up told you don't be ashamed. Just enjoy it.
But we built it for the handful of dedicated players who will dig it. And we can't wait to hear your tunes.
Are we getting the Final Fantasy 14 bar program to play it for you? No, but I'm sure some people will do some cool stuff with it. PlayStation. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so we still got some more here. So, okay, here's something that might be relevant to what you were asking about earlier, Eve, of is it only exploration? This one's called Challenges and Encounters.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Crifo, game director on Tchia. Let me show you some of the challenges and dangers you will have to overcome in Tchia, and how your creativity is your main weapon to come out on top.
That's a really
Tchia
beautiful
is not an action
location.
game at the core, but as the story progresses and the game world evolves accordingly, you will often find yourself in some dicey situations. The main enemies in the game are the Mato, mindless minions brought to life by Meavora from pieces of wood and fabric. They will easily incapacitate you if you go within range of their close projectiles. So the key is to keep your distances, circle around them, and use your locomotion abilities to stay one step ahead. Because they're made out of fabric, the only way to get rid of them for good is to burn them out. For example, you could store some explosive objects in your backpack, soft throw flammable
That was just
items,
dynamite. You could store some explosive objects, you know. TNT,
It's
no
all
big.
up to you. A mix of agility, creativity, and quick decision making is what we call evasive combat, and it's super fun when you get in the groove. Small Mato camps are nothing compared to some of their big fortresses. Those will be much harder to take down. To do so, you will have to burn every fabric pile to prevent the Mato from respawning. In addition, many other trials await you in the totem shrines. Without spoiling too much, let's say that overcoming those intense challenges will help Tchia reach her full potential.
Still not a whole lot about the story, though. They did say that there is a story, but they didn't say what it is. All right, we got 2 left.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Crifo, game director on Tchia. Let's take a look at the various activities and optional challenges you can find while exploring the open world.
It's like a
If you feel
large
like taking
city.
a break
Such a
from the
diverse
pressure of
environment
sitting
in this
behind
game.
reliable, the game offers many side activities to pass the time. Try to beat the high score at a shooting range, take part in time attack races, either on foot, on boat, or as an animal, or even try to win a diving competition. Collectibles such as pearls and trinkets can be found all over the islands and exchanged for cosmetic items for Tchia and her boat, which can also be won by proving your skills on a claw machine. Traditional activities are also available and will help you unlock abilities and improve your powers. The very zen rock balancing minigames let you learn new soul melodies for your ukulele. While sculpting wooden totems is key to unlocking the totem shrine doors and building up your soul meter. And if you want to dive into the underbelly of Tchia's world, a long and mysterious treasure hunt awaits. You'll have to be observant to pinpoint the treasure's locations and use Tchia's abilities to uncover the chests and the secrets they hide.
Well, I want to take a look real quick. Where was that? There's a lot more songs in here. So we got time adjustments for songs, sprout bounty plant, sprout explosive fruit, infinite breath bubble, and invoke bird. You can probably invoke some other animals as well, and then I'm not sure what this one might be. I mean, it might be another sprout type. Okay, last one. This is the customization and items trailer, and this one's fairly recent. Yeah, 3 days ago.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Crifo, Game Director on Tchia. Time to take a look at our many customization options and various items at your disposal to make Tchia's adventure your own. Simply exploring the world and progressing through the story will unlock clothing items for Tchia, ranging from simple streetwear to traditional outfits inspired by New Caledonian culture. Secret outfits, and more wacky ones, can be purchased at specific spots in the world too. You can mix and match multiple body parts, including hats, traditional face paintings, accessories, masks. Similarly, your boat can be customized with multiple variations of sails, flag, wood finishes, and liveries. We are very excited to see the crazy combinations you'll come up with. In addition to her trusty slingshot, flashlight, and compass, Tchia also carries an old film camera. Just like the ukulele, we designed this feature as a fun analog mechanic that emulates the super rewarding process of shooting on film. You can select the film roll depending on the look you're going for, choose between several lenses, and even set up a tripod with a timer. And of course, because you're shooting on film, you'll have to
I
develop your
liked
roll to
that
discover
way
your
of them
pictures.
representing
This is one
the
example of the
shot.
design philosophy behind Tchia, taking your time, connecting with your childlike sense of wonder, and finding joy in the little things.
You can pet the dog. It's based off an actual real item where people live, so I think that they would be pretty close to actual locations of some of the towns and such. This is actually going to be a big world. And they communicated that pretty clearly, but like I was surprised to see like the industrial zone and like the cityscape, just because that requires a lot of time to like, you know, develop and stuff like that. Like that is work that you have to put in to make that, you know, is kind of what I was getting at with that statement of there's a lot of work going into this. And not to say that there's not a lot of work that goes into other games. Sorry, I was just looking for something to throw up here. But it's just like I was surprised to see that large city because they hadn't shown it off at that point yet. And seeing it meant that all of that city would have required, you know, assets to be developed and models and everything, texture work and stuff like that. Because up to that point, we've just seen a lot of general islandscape, which is fine, but there's a lot of reusability within like textures and trees and stuff within trying to make a big island out of a lot of the same stuff. So it was just nice to see some variety in there. So there's a reason it took them another year to get this out. It depends on what they were hoping to get out into 2022. Because if they were looking for like a winter 2022 release, like November or December, they're not that far away because it's only March. But we don't know at this point in time, and it doesn't really matter at this point. But every game for at least 2 or 3 years will have, I bet, the second Big C that happened. Big C? Every game for the last 2 or 3 years. More will. Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. I was like, Big C. What is the Big C? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're right, Eve. And people thought that the Big C wasn't going to impact the game industry, and because during 2020 and early 2021, the games that were already mostly done and worked on were being released, and they're like, yeah, the game industry is impervious to Big C, and now we're actually seeing that with games being delayed by years or more because they were actually early or in middle of production when the Big C happened, because games take a long time to develop now. But that is Tchia. That is a beautiful, charming experience that I am sure I was doing my best to keep it together when he was talking about going and visiting his homeland and sharing his culture with everybody so that they would get to see why he loved his homeland so much for the purpose of wanting to make this entire game around it. And it's like, keep it together. It's beautiful. It's lovely. I genuinely hope that you and your team are proud of the work that you have done. It is lovely. It is charming. And I hope that you have a successful launch, and I hope that you have been able to make the game and the experience that you wanted, to be able to share the culture and experience that you were hoping for. So I really want to know what Tchia means and what language it was. I know that stated it, but I missed it. They said it was the native language of New Caledonia. Let's see if we can't find out real quick. New Caledonia language. Let's find out. What do they speak? They speak French. That's the official language, but I don't think that's what they were speaking in. The Kanak languages are widely spoken throughout the country. Which one, though? We can also just try searching, what does Tchia mean? In Kanak. I'm not seeing an immediate, like, easy answer, and it might just be a name. The name might have an origin of sorts, in terms of, like, you know, because, like, a lot of names, they have a really old root that they are taken from that means some things. So, for instance, like, my middle name is Flynn, which, if you go back far enough, is pulled from the son of the redheaded man. Yes, my dad had red hair. But, I mean, that's not obvious from the name Flynn. You have to really go through a lot of history to get to that point. So, I don't know. And I mean, it might just be a name, and it also could be that the history of the name, depending on how their history was passed down, might be difficult to get. But anyway, that is Tchia. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you're looking at picking it up, Eve mentioned earlier, they're like, I will probably buy this game just to support it and maybe never get around to playing it. And you know, that's a really good approach to take, because I do feel like projects like this should be supported. If you have the opportunity to play them, I think that this would be a very lovely experience for you. But I also understand that not every game is for everybody either. But let me know. Let me know how you're feeling about Tchia down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.